Except Sharp Fede, Skim Sakuchila Flames, and this is the Flame Show. We are Strenza Gajan. I'm trying to spetch our sister serious, spetch my thick queens. Ain't you easy like say Amber of which in the one but it's also the club. The studios are corner of it to say Hamba. Say Masha. We're moving. Sis, all right.
I'm good. Kishap.
What up? Tell us again, who do we have? I'm trying to see who'd say you're the queen, obviously. Now I'm bling all over. Who is this queen?
Igama nguLebu. La ilokishini eMbalenhle, they call me Miss Lebza. I'm a face of Plus S Gauteng 2023.
Yeah.
Yeah, though originally I'm from Free State, but ngikhulele khona la eMbalenhle.
Okay. So the love for what you're doing now, Caleb.
You know, I don't know. It was just in me. Ngikhule bengishaywa kuthiwa wayengishika. But I don't know what it was just in me.
It just came natural.
Yeah, so I don't know what made me love modeling. Ngithanda nje from the age.
Yeah, as I know, when you do get the looks, you got the figure for it, as in young India woman. Unfortunately, I'm sure. When is your next event?
7th of October.
7th of October.
At Graceland.
I hope I'll be there. You better be there. It was about the 7th of October.
Yeah.
We have to be there. So tell us, what is happening 7th of October?
It's a runway modeling fashion show.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have quite a lot. I think maybe few nyana Mbalenhle designers.
Okay.
Yeah, they will be showcasing in Baslasabo, the talent yabo. So we are modeling for them.
You are?
Yeah, the queens will be showcasing the designers.
Oh, and it's only the ladies?
Yeah, we only have the ladies now.
Okay.
But we're hoping maybe one day it will grow into a big production.
Yeah, I've attended a few. It's very, it's a good initiative. It's a good event. Yeah. So 7 September. 7 October.
Yeah.
Oh, it's here. 1 month in and then. So
Just around the corner.
What are we doing here? It's social club.
Yeah, today we were having a boot camp. BCG, It was the queens plus Elenda.
Oh, yeah. So we try more than just walking.
Yeah, no, we try to show people being fat, it doesn't mean that we are unhealthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do exercise, we do eat healthy.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no.
That's why today it was a bit of a competition in Yana.
Oh,
but we were having fun.
Competition.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No, we're hoping we'll see. As Lawamanya, because I've seen Lawamanya, I've attended and I even performed Lawamanya. It was nice. Hopefully this year is over in Kulu than those, because I see abantu bayenza bayithanda, and through the platform I hope nabantu bazoyibona and just go support, guys. I was saying, niyababona banjani abosisi. So badinga just no support la eMbalenhle. Izobe second summer Graceland. Oh, futhi I remember even last year it was Graceland.
Yeah.
Okay. So how many designers do you have?
That's why I said I think we have few around the Ember.
Yeah.
Then opening Baba Bangaphandle.
Oh.
Yeah. So I can't say how many, but this year we're going big.
Yeah.
From 6 o'clock till late.
Till late, yes, after now you after party.
Sizabe busy.
After walking,
busy. No, after walking, I can tell you one thing. After upuma stage, you get so tired or you don't want anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, because entertain abantu kusince isikhathi it's very tiring. You just want to go straight to your bed.
Yeah.
Then tomorrow, then the excitement comes. So together. You know what? We had a good show. Hoping this year we're gonna make it bigger than last year.
Yeah. So when la,
Go face of
yeah, like yeah, so by model, yeah,
like I said, it was something engikhule nayo. So abantu engikhule nabo, people around me, they knew ukuthi I loved modeling. So there was one friend, she invited me to go watch Amateur Queens. They were also on the Graceland. So I was a guest in the audience, ngiyobukela. I just fell in love with that. I'm like, okay, I didn't know, but I'm a plus size now, they're doing it. Let me give it a try. Then that's where ngangena khona ke. I was welcomed, and this is my home now.
Yeah. Like were you there auditioned or you spoke to someone who would say, I want to do this, and they're like, okay, sure, come
Yeah,
on.
no, ngithe mangifika khona, the funny thing, before ngikhuluma with anyone about the Queens, Mr. Mashiyane was like, you know what, you need to be on that stage.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, he just made things easy for me.
Yeah.
So, nangena kanjalo.
Yeah, I know he's been doing this for some time, so I'm sure, yeah. Oh, okay. No, what so Darula, so we are Free State. So we start Darula.
Yeah. Dala ngikhona la. Dala ngikhona because ngifunde lana everything yami nje yenza mara mostly bethi mayikolo sivala bengibuyela ekhaya eFree State until I got used to this place. Then I just settled.
Yeah.
Free State sengiyobona ugogo.
So this is your home now.
This is my home now.
All right. No, I think we are seeing that again. Lapho siyabonga kakhulu sisi. Please guys, manifuna ukubona lo sesi nambona. So, mathini malini?
120.
120 angeke phela. No 120 nje bese uzobona into nje. Come on guys, asenze kwenzeke kahle. Siyabonga sezini.
Bonga mina.
Ngizwe bathi unendlela ende so have a safe one.
Thank you, ngiyabonga.
Sure. And namhlanje ke futhi 40 siphethe umunye usesoblind kakhulu, another thick queen. Are you a thick queen or are you a designer?
I'm a little bit of everything.
All right. Who do we have here today?
Okay, so my name is Kes Moodley, and I'm everything.
So you're doing everything
I'm
today?
doing everything.
Everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
I started my journey with them in 2018 or 2019. Yeah. And I started as a model. It was always something that I wanted to do. Being plus size, you want to see the world change their view about plus size. We're not necessarily unhealthy.
Yeah.
We have a little bit more cushion,
Yes.
but we're still
you're plus
beautiful.
size.
We're still beautiful.
Yes.
We're still healthy. We can do a lot of things. So, being a woman of this generation, being a mother, being a sister, being a friend, I wanted to show my peers, my people that it's okay.
Yeah.
You can still dress up. You can still get onto a stage and still be beautiful. No one has to tell you that you can't. No one can tell you that you can't do anything. So when Nick messaged me and asked me, would you be interested in modeling? I was like, I would, because it's something that I always spoke about, and I said I would really love to try it one day if ever given the opportunity. So we auditioned, myself and my sister, we auditioned together, and then we got into the first ever show that we did in 2019. It was the winter show, and it's not as easy as people think it is.
It's not.
It's not. Modeling takes a lot of time, practice. It takes a lot of spirit. When you come there, you think it's going to be all fun and games and we're going to be just putting on clothes and walking, but it's not.
Yeah.
You've got to sacrifice your time. You've got to come to rehearsals. You've got to practice hard. You've got to take criticism. You've got to...
Camps now.
Yes, you've got to attend boot camps. You've got to take out time for promotional events. So it's something that you've got to really put effort into in order for it to be a success. So after the 2019 winter show, I mentioned to Nick that I actually like to experiment with revamping clothes. So I'd love to maybe, put something out there at the next show. And I showed him some of my stuff and he said, okay, let's give it a go. So the 2019 summer show, I came back as a model and a designer. And I showcased my first line. It was very stressful because I wasn't very good with the machine, and I was still learning, and my machine broke as I was getting stuff ready. So I ended up hand stitching everything for that show. It was very intense. But if you're determined and you want to do something, you can do it. You just need to have the willpower. And the show was quite a success, and my line was quite a success. People were quite amazed at what I'd done. And what I'd done was I'd taken sari material, which is Indian attire, and I revamped it into like modern fashion type of way.
So do you have a brand now, or it was just
my brand is called Revamped by Kes.
Oh.
And my concept is to revamp stuff, like revamp old things and make it into new designs, new fashionable plus size way.
How do you do it? So there's nothing new in your designs. You just take whatever that you have and then revamp.
I can take anything. So just a heads up for the show that's coming.
Yeah.
I've taken a bag, an old handbag, and an old T-shirt, and I made an outfit out of it.
Oh.
So when you come to the show, try to spot the handbag and the T-shirt.
Oh yeah, maybe sometimes you take a jean and then you make a bag out of a jean.
Yes. So there's a lot of things. Besides that, I have a great passion for crochet.
Okay.
I started as a hobby, and then it became something that I really love doing. And I saw that when people think of crochet, they think winter hats, scarves, but they never think about like a dress or a formal set or something like you could wear to the office. And then I did a line where I done some formal crochet work. So I do both. I do the crochet and I do the revamped. At this stage, that's currently what I'm doing. I design the stuff in my head, and then I look what I have, and then I just put things together.
And are you selling those?
Yes, I do.
And then if I want those, how do I get them?
So at the moment, I use my social media like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I put it up there so people can see it. So my full name is Kesigi. It's very difficult to say.
Yeah. Please spell it for someone who's watching.
Okay, so if you're watching and you want to follow me, my name is spelled as Kesegie, and my surname is Moodley, Moodley. So if you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, I use the same name for everything.
Oh.
And that's where I post all my stuff. I post the videos of me creating some of the items. I post the videos of me making the blankets and the hats and the scarves and the dresses.
Oh, okay.
Whatever. Like even the outfit that I'm wearing today, it's a revamp that I made.
Is it?
It's an old skirt
nice,
that I took and I turned it into a dress. And the inner sleeves is an old pair of tights. It is an old pair of tights, guys.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's very creative, eh?
Yes,
Wow.
I wore it because I wanted you guys to see that we know what we're talking about here at Thick Queens.
Yeah,
We're not here for games. We're serious about what we do.
Wow.
And then I'm also part of the admin team.
Yeah.
So I'm behind the scenes. I assist Nick with admin,
Okay.
the paperwork,
You're just busy.
I am very busy. So yes, I saw a passion for it. I'm currently studying towards communication, public relations. I'm busy with my degree. So as part of my practicals, I have thrown myself, and Nick has allowed me to be part of the Queens as a PR administrator. So it's a passion that I see for myself in the future. And so I saw the opportunity and I approached him and he said it was okay. So I'm always in the behind the scenes doing something.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter whether it's making phone calls or sending emails or making photocopies or, just bouncing ideas with Nick to get stuff done. Yeah, it's a passion that I found and I really enjoy it.
You're a very creative person. I can see your mind is very busy.
It is very busy.
It's working overtime.
It is. I don't sleep much, so I channel all of that energy into the stuff that I do.
Beautiful, beautiful. So, say I want your brand and I'm in Cape Town. Because on social media, someone from Cape Town is seeing your stuff now, and they're probably saying, "Wow, I want that."
I'm not opposed to sending stuff. I mean, these days with courier services, it's pretty easy to get stuff around. I have tried, on TikTok to try and do some like little giveaways, but I haven't gotten to do much of it, and I would like in the future to do so. It's just very time consuming right now with show preparation, studies, having a full-time job. It's hectic, but I have done some, and these days it's really easy to send stuff around. So it would never be a problem if someone is in Cape Town or somewhere in South Africa, that is, to send them a package. But if they're outside of South Africa, it might take very long to get to them.
All right. No, thank you. I know, Gucci, hey, I'm going to push out your name and push it, and you I'm not going to try. You might think queen. I'm just going to stick to that.
I should be Kes. So
Kes. That's
Yes.
easy. Yeah. Thank you, Kes. You are a beautiful soul. You are very busy, creative. I like you already. And I think I've seen you before, man. When I was performing there, I think I saw you 2019. Yeah, I was there.
Yes, I'm either in the background. 2019, I did model, and I showcased, and I think I did a poem as well.
Yeah.
Because I also do a bit of writing, so I did a poem as well. So I was very active on the 2019 show.
All right. No, thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. And now, gay. Let's somaqhuzu. Somaqhuzu hayo wonke lento ungqongqoshe. Yes, right. Siphethe uNico. uNicholas. Ngibiza Mr South Africa. Ukhuleni bethu.
Shabuja lo.
Bethu kumnandi.
Ayoba.
Uyasebenza.
I'm trying, buff. I'm trying.
Khona abantu abazamayo wena workaholic.
Yeah, actually, it's the way to go.
Yeah.
It's the way to go.
Nalo so
It's the way to go, yabo. There's this saying ekadini okusho itime ukuthi mawubona ikhehla elisebenza kakhulu kwamele kwazi ukuthi bekumfana ekade athanda ukulala, yabona. So ngamane ngispanning manje bese later on ngirelax, yabona. Yeah, so that's why I'm trying to actually push izinto manje ngizama ukuhlanganisa ukuthi makufika inkathi zama pension kanjalo. Ngiyazi ukuthi manje now I'm traveling the world, this thing is bad, I'm a convertible nani.
Sure. All right. For umuntu ongamazi ke umthatha umise nala ukuthi why mina ngizokubiza Mr South Africa manje. Kwenzakalani uZnico?
uNicholas intwana yasembalenhle, born and bred eMbalenhle, but ngiye ngaphuma after my high school days. Ngadlala cricket, ngadlala academy for 4 years. I was a provincial player by then. And then after high school, ngahamba ngayogeleza Valtech. So basically ngivelele eMbalenhle. And then after tertiary, and then I was discovered to modeling after winning Mr. Valley 2012. And then I was discovered by do you perhaps like modeling? I was like, nah, I only did one pageant and whatnot. And then they told me about the runway, which is I knew nothing about it. Then I was like, no, I can give it a try. And my first showing I yenzaga kuyi Israel wedding show. And a crowd young tanda. Then I got to think about it, no man, why don't I just maybe pursue this and see what and then while I was doing that, ngasengenza amashow afana nabo SA Fashion Week, abo Rooftop, and then obviously when you do those shows, then you start getting your attention, you understand, and then getting abantu abakutshela ukuthi no man, you look good on this and whatnot. And then there was 2015. Then 2015 kwavula ama entrance waka Mr South Africa, and then my cousin wangisendela i-link wathi man entara ngayensi ukuthi kwenzakalani. Ngaentara ngathi nakhona I was supposed to attach isithombe, thatha isithombe selfinyana nje nga-attach. 2 hours later ngathola i-response ukuthi no, your application has been accepted. I was like, okay. Accepted. Right, accepted. Then ngapusha man, mfethu initially masicala besi 150. Ngapusha ngilibe ngiku top 10 the entire time. actually I realize I must say 20 but doesn't actually this thing is serious and then unfortunately that year azange ibe khona contest due to some internal politics that they had franchise. Then somebody bought it, and then 2016 they automatically moved a contestant to 2015 but moved it to 2016. And then 2016 then there was Mr. South Africa, although ungazange win, but for the fact that I made the top 5, to me, I think that is an accomplishment considering ukuthi yazi mawuvele eMpumalanga mfethu to be honest, you need to work twice as hard than anyone to actually to just get attention, to get noticed, they understand. So when I made the top 12, which I was a finalist, I was like, okay, now finalist, okay, where from here, you understand? And then that's where a family, young supporter, friends, bank supporter, and then from there the rest is history, man. Then I got involved into anything, I'm a charity. Then I got to realize what I thought in Yazazi, but no. I discovered that I actually like to help other people. And where did that come from? When I was pursuing modeling in 2012, I got to realize that a breakthrough was difficult. But no, short. No, you look common. Like when I was trying to get e-agent, like no sending those, I could totally reply with no, you look common like any of other models and whatnot. So then I told myself, good no man, the least I can do is to actually create a platform for other people. Stumbling blocks you get stopped, so yeah.
Oh. So opportunities I vula le ukubala ku top 5 akhona from them.
Yeah, actually a lot of opportunities are vuleka because I remember Bugatti Leala second. I was actually approached by the owner, which we want to do a grand opening with perhaps find 5 guys to model for us on that evening. I was like, okay, but Bugatti, like that's a big shop. So then I got to realize there's more people abangaziyo and I'm not even aware. And a lot of shows aside for our auditions, I was getting approached with no. We would like you to actually come and do the show. Would like you to come and do the show. Then lento le yang kupulela ma credit at the time it's a good G3 models. In terms of Uguchinami, I get recognized with the likes of Abo Lungashabalala and Umaf Smaponyane was part of G3 models at that time. You understand? Because I remember there was a casting I went for Clean Livet, whiskey. I remember I ended up as C3, but we maps no longer actually fighting for one spot, which was gonna do that advert. Okay. Maps ended up getting that. And then I got to realize if I can compete with these guys, then that means I'm worth something. Yeah, sure. And I actually being his doubter based on what can I possibly offer the world? Sure. Because we think you understand? Sure. Because to tell you the truth, as much as the doors were open for me, there were challenges in as far as abantu lokishini. They started calling me names in terms of ukuthi ngobani mina ngiyowenza Mr. South Africa ngakaze ngibe Mr. Mbalenhle. You know, such things. People mangiphuma go to dine maybe a restaurant nani someone afike. Cabanga ukuthi ubani wena nani, you know, getting poked for. And the sad part of it, labantu you grow up with them, you expect him to okay, but now I expect exactly. Yeah. But instead, Bokje would no, but you can't go to Zoe now. You know, there was a situation that happened in your thing I equal agent garage line Valently. Begana Kezi. So there was the only fast food that got reliable which Magana Kez Velesonke Kasi say agent garage. Oh nya figure la panya cure up. And you're Mr. South Africa. I'm trying to ignore this guy.
You can feel which this is bad energy.
Now they're looking at this Mr. South Africa. How lay out to Mr. South Africa? I'm like, yo, lay out to wine, throw attention. Up until this guy came to me with, Mr. South Africa, and then later end up in Kombaranchi. Okay, but now when I was about to react, I've got so much to lose here, my reputation and whatever the case may be. Avele ngashisha ngazingelele emotweni ngadrive ngayisekhona ngothenga ithula. So
cabanga la expected khona i-support yilaba kucindezela khona.
you know, one of the most painful thing about my journey Mr. South Africa, you could actually monitor your votes. Where are you getting most votes? Most of my votes were coming from Gauteng. And mind you, the people about to Antonas votile, and then later at night, more money to go to where your votes coming from. You see, okay, but now who knows me? I came to Park to vote, and I wanted they would visit the page, Mr. South Africa, and they would like the picture I make at Baibonalap, and then they start voting with no, this guy is worth the title. The ones Baseka says Kulenabo, they lie to your face and say, no, sir, vote and and I think that's one of the things, personally, I would say, ezenza election is cool. We've got so much talent, but the problem is that as very into your collaboration, you understand?
Sure.
Because if I'm by photograph, as we artist, already we've got a production company, but we cannot join now in as far as when I'm off here, let's shoot a video and let's see what goes on. At that time, you're trying to push your song in order for you to actually to be on the map. Want to go map, obviously, you're gonna pull me up, but now I'm already in charge of
automatically video it's your name now.
That's the thing. And if you think about it, even a Kaslak, when you check the surrounding of okay, Oba no talent and if we can learn this thing of we join hands, we can actually achieve so much in fact, you understand that. But now you'll find good to an amanja magmelu shoot video. Komelo lando munte chose azokwenzela intake you. And nakhona lo muntu loyo charge a half price of lo muntu okhona like us. You understand? Which is I understand ukuthi lento ibuya but I just feel ukuthi for us to get amakasi right, that's where we need to start. No, yazini. If someone around in Lago answers something, push so that he brings the Kasi's name up. You understand?
Yes.
The moment the Kasi let Laziwa, I understand the Soweto. Soweto, New York, I'm from Soweto. They would not ask you where Soweto is. They would know Soweto is in South Africa.
Sure.
How did they achieve that? It's the icons are up. They actually made sure that it's getting recognized. And Maucheka Soweto mabenza ma event. Magna something a state theater. So in case angada to support and
Sure.
but turn around in it with Alan. Mangbon go to chiller flames to shy event. Now I'm going the same thing the same day. Why ngingathathi my crowd siva support? They're saying it now man and I'm in a month's time as in ufuna ukushaya something. Now you understand.
Yeah.
But instead kunalento leyo ku sa computer.
Sure.
Over what?
Yes.
Over what?
Yes.
So, but yeah, I must say, Uguti, they actually molded me to be the person that I am.
Yeah.
And going back to 2016, after the top 5, we're actually given a challenge as I'm a contestant, which we need to do a fundraiser. Now, how are we going to do a fundraiser? Each person needs to host an event different than the next contestant and fundraise 20K. But your event shouldn't look like the other contestant. So that's when I actually came about a concept here, the Queens.
Oh.
At the time, being in Mpumalanga plus size fashion display because the naming was still, it was something I just thought about it. No, let me actually pull this through. Nakona ngazbuza one day after studying modeling, but why are models skinny and that's the standard. Yeah. Then I got to realize in the 1800s, the first fashion show was actually hosted in Paris. Now, the French people, their body figure, they are skinny by nature. So because it was them who actually now invented this thing, they actually made the standard for you to be a model, you need to have a smaller body and all of that and all of that. So the entire now world complied to that standard because that thing was found in Paris. Hence, there's this walk there. Our models, after showcasing, they come as a group and clapping. It's called the Paris Walk. The reason it's called the Paris Walk, it's because the first fashion show was hosted in Paris. Then when that happened, I asked myself, no, but in Africa, we are gifted. You understand?
Yeah.
So with us being gifted, why don't we show the world what we're all about?
Yes.
And again, at the time, I had a female friend who was very beautiful. But now the problem was that she was lacking confidence in terms of body size. She would actually, it was bad in such a way that she would actually go and do shopping in those days when it's not busy or when it's late, so that she actually doesn't get judged and whatnot. And then that's where the Queen came about with, no, I need to restore confidence for these women. I actually need to be the voice of reason, which, even the designers, they need to actually pay attention to them, because majority of the time, you'll find when they go to the shop, they can't even find things to wear. And they actually end up settling for things as in a way, which, okay, as long as in you understand. So that's when the Queen started 2016. It was well received. It was hosted at Graceland. And then after hosting that show, then I got a request with, no, man, you should do this thing, we like it. And that's where 2017 happened up until now.
Oh. That's beautiful story. Azange ngicabanga ngale ndlela. Just nje idea wavele wayenza nje, but now the idea behind yonke lento, that's beautiful. Restoring confidence kubo sis ngoba phela banje. And they are beautiful.
It's very important to actually restore confidence. And one of the things that actually gave me an eye-opener, normally around this time when you're preparing for the next show, we normally do radio tours and whatnot. Some of the interviews that I've went with my models, they are deep. Things that they will tell you, I actually joined this because it's either they would bully based on their body size, or Totumuntu Vele, Beganom grade 1, but they look like they are 15. And the other kids will pick on them. Some they were not able to go and play with other kids because understand? So they end up isolating themselves from the public. And that is actually bad now, because we are isolated up until we are adult. Now, once we are adult, you happen to get a manager's position, spanning. And then now you need to do public speaking, talk to employees and whatnot. It's something you're not used to. And your confidence, it's at its lowest. You understand that? So now I felt to good, let me give a platform. And my focus at the time was only about the morals, restoring confidence to them. Later on, I actually realized, no man, in Mpumalanga, we don't have a fashion show that's big as far as Soweto Fashion Week and whatnot. We have designers, but where do they market their work? It's a word of mouth. And the word of mouth can only get you that far, you understand? If you talk about a brand, like your biggest brand, your Louis Vuitton, your Gucci and whatnot, they still do about New York Fashion Week. That's where you get your market and whatnot. People, they get to know who are you and whatnot. So later on, I realized, no man, this is actually giving a platform to designers. While I was focusing to the designer side of things, I started giving platform to upcoming artists as well. You understand? And then, as is, majority of the time when I host a show, I see to it that I try to attract as much as I can local designers and local artists to actually give them a platform in as far as we know this is the stage, show people what you can do and whatnot. And there's a lot of amazing stories that I receive after the show that you find someone, he came as a model and then transformed to be something else. And find what you know, he's got a passion maybe for design. He's got a passion for PR and whatever the case may be. All in one platform, yeah, Thick Queens, you understand? So to me, the Thick Queens, basically, I've got a motto that I live by when it comes to Thick Queens. I am the change that I want to see. You understand? So I cannot things were unfair to me when I wanted to enter the modeling space. The question would be, yes, things were unfair to you. But now that you saw, which isn't go sharp in your advantage, what did you do for your community to make sure which the next person
doesn't face Lindo?
Exactly. Then I created the platform. But okay, it was unfair to twice a year we're doing a show, summer and winter. So let's come and do this thing, and you'll be amazed which one of our models ended up winning the Face of Plus Size Gauteng. You understand that? All the way from Mpumalanga, and then she went that side, and then I went to watch the show. The moment she walked on that stage, she was a clear winner there. I was like, okay. But now, if we can actually be at this level, what more can we achieve if we can actually now touch all the corners of the country, which is, those are just future plans. That's where we're planning to actually now try and put the show. Now we're still a Secunda. Now we'll try to move the show to Witbank, Nelspruit. I want to touch our province first, and make sure the seed is planted. Yeah. And then that's when we can actually now consider going to other provinces.
Because I've been trying to look into what you're doing, but I'm so get South Africa even maybe back home, I don't know. Do you think back out there?
No, what I've realized Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week 2017, what David Tlale did. When he took over Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week, he actually asked one celebrity lady to be a model. She was a plus size. So that became a trend. Would he go SA Fashion Week like Mercedes-Benz? There will be that one celebrity plus size that will actually do the show. But there's no show in the whole country where you would say it's a plus size fashion show. There is few pageants and whatnot, but when you talk about the fashion shows, there isn't any.
Strictly like what they are.
Yeah, there isn't any.
Yeah, so in market corn, I'm sure uzobabamba because we are gifted. Like what says lente corner line by lente what says corner everywhere.
That's true.
Yeah.
So they need to one of the things that I normally get after an event. They actually touch the other women who came and watched them. How they rock their heels, how they're confident to walk in that runway and whatnot. Now, if they can achieve that, that means we are on the right path. You understand that? Because if you host an event and then you don't get any reviews, Mina, good or bad, I appreciate that. Because the moment you bring a bad review to me and say, no, but there you missed a spot, that calls for improvement.
Sure.
You understand? Yeah. But now, if I don't get any reviews, I'm going to start being cocky or being thick-headed. No, I have arrived and whatever the case may be. So reviews in general, they are very much important in as far as so that you can actually, there's always a room for improvement. Sure. You understand that there's always a room for improvement. And the moment you start viewing in life that way, you will actually, you will start becoming this thing, a perfectionist.
Yeah.
And once you ganjalo, you understand, you will always get things done and uba more productive because what you achieve is that uba network ethics are higher than an average person. Yeah. You understand?
Sure.
So yeah, that's more about
Miss Thick Queen South Africa. Are we going there? Vision.
To be honest with you, 2018, I had a colleague. I also did a bit of TV presenting for Rising Sun TV.
Yeah.
2018. So there was a guy who was presenting a choral choir show. So he came. He's a ukhona uGazi.
Yeah.
He is very much present.
Yeah.
He came and wamodela and they liked it. But now the problem is that abafezulu, when you say I'm audition, amachitawiz and I'm still trying to actually ucabanga ukuthi what can I do to actually make ama outcome with no man singa model and the vision was that the Thick Queens they were gonna encourage Amachita to come through, but this far I haven't. I just feel ukuthi ama out ngathini we okay with what we know. That's what I've realized most of the time. What we know, we're okay with it. Starting to learn new things.
It's something we explore.
Yeah, like it's a comfort zone, man. But man, for all these years, but honestly, I would really love to have Ama coming through. And there's a model. Like we've got designers who are designing suits and all of that, and that's where we're planning to go. But obviously, I need to think outside of the box, consult few people with what is it that I need to do in order to attract Amachita to audition.
Kuno Miss SA manje. Uyacabanga ukuthi angazi possible kangakanani ukuthi ungathatha le show Miss SA, like the Queen SA, I don't know.
Yeah. It's very much possible, Meoti. It's very much possible. But to be honest with you, I might be judged about what I'm about to say, but it's the honest truth. If I have to think along those lines or to that magnitude, I have to be in a different space. Why is that? Gauteng, it's got venues of that magnitude to host such shows. It's open to it's open to a lot of revenue in terms of people investing to such. You understand? So if I were to think along those lines, I first need to make sure we would have cemented the foundation in Mpumalanga, so that when the show gets to that level, would now it's on the national level. In Mpumalanga, they've got a platform to qualify to reach that show. Because for me, it will be so disappointing which I'm hosting that show. There's no contestant from Mpumalanga.
Yeah, so it's provincial.
Yeah. So that there's a platform for them to actually reach it. Because if you look at Miss South Africa, when the last time you seen someone from Mpumalanga contesting for Miss South Africa? You see? What's missing? It's the platform to actually get there. You understand? We do have a Miss Mpumalanga, but from what I see, it's called Miss Mpumalanga, but I feel it's Miss Mbombela. Why am I saying that? Miss Gauteng, we are rotate. Ninin Bamostele Pitori, East Rand, Joburg. Miss South Africa, it's always hosted, Miss Mpumalanga is always hosted in Mbombela. Now, what are you saying about the kid what's a Henry? Onganama resources we are in Mbombela. He's got the looks, he's got the walk, he's got the confidence. But there are no resources. You understand? But if they were to rotate it to it's Mbombela, by later maybe Sekunda, by Mixe Witbank. Now, why would you do that? Those three places, they've got casinos. You've got Witbank, it's got Irish Casino. You've got Mbombela, M-Notweni, you've got Sekunda, which is Graceland. So now, you are now able to actually accommodate everyone.
Next exposure. Yabona lento mayingenzeki la phambi kwamehlo akho awunandaba. Khona umunye umuntu phela uzoyijoina ngoba ayibonile la kulo. No man, yabona njenga ama models wakho. Khona uyijoine ngoba beka attendile lapha. So exposure. Uthi nje ifike nje la kube kunani? Attendele makaphuma athi no man. Yebo, ngayenza nami lento le.
So I think for me to think along those lines, let me cement the foundation, ibe solid,
Right.
provincially, you understand? So that the next time when I'm an old man looking at the show, must hand it over to my kids or whatever, look at it, it's okay. There's always contestants from Mpumalanga. In that way, I'll be at ease with, you know what? I have done something in life in order to help others, because I think it's very important as a bantu which we need to change the mindset to team. We need to stop this thing of gain.
Yeah.
Every time man gets something, ufuna gain. At times, yeah, you know, you find life is strange in such a way ukuthi you can invest a seed in somebody's kid today. Ne? That somebody's kid will be the one who's gonna open doors for your kid in one day. At no baba ko wangenzela ABC and D. Total abantu say ba meter overseas. You
Sure.
understand? So at times you just need to plant a seed and just forget about it.
Yeah.
You understand? You will reap the rewards later on in life. Life is the greatest balance.
Sure.
You understand?
Sure. Futhi mina that's what I call success. Success ngibheka ukuthi imali onayo wena. Ngibheka ngemali onayo then wenze le nabanye. Le blessing wena onayo na ukhona ukuthi bless abanye. That's success to me. Otherwise,
To support what you just said, the reason Zola is coming back now, the reason Zola is getting support now, what did Zola do?
yeah.
He helped everyone in South Africa.
Sure.
Amanyama artists, when isn't it, they go south, abakhona ukubuya because they've not done much for a lot of people. Now Zola manje, every radio station after interview yakhe noThimo Touch,
Everyone wants him.
everyone now wants him. You understand?
Yeah, sure.
It's very important, in fact, to actually help others. I remember who was explaining this thing, Kumekchi, ukuthi the motivational speakers, they should stop lying to us. Somebody needs to open a door for you.
Yeah.
Now I watch kuti somebody open a door for. So you see, it's very important ukuthi usurround ngabantu that you have done something for them. In a way that we don't know what tomorrow holds for us. But now, can you imagine if everyone around you, you've added value to them? The moment kwenzeka something go, so we will join hands with Yazin. The outside layer has done A, B, C, and D for us.
Yeah.
No, umfana masimncede, we understand.
Sure.
So it's very important. And nakhona, even if those you're not gonna reap those benefits when, but make sure ukuthi you pave a way for the generation. You understand? Generations to generations. You understand? That's how you actually gonna create a name for your surname. Okay, bazi ukuthi abantu balapha abantu abasona.
Yeah, sure.
You understand? Because at the end of the day, who are we in fact to masinganceda?
And the China, we used to be that into esaziwa ngayo even ngaphandle bayalazi abantu bale bayazi ukuthi ubuntu bayazi ukuthi kukhulunywa ngani, so we used to be lawo bantu labo manje hayi.
I just think ukuthi we lost ngathini we define a civilization the wrong way.
Sure.
You understand that? Because mina ngisakhula benginokushaya around ngamdala eplazini. Would get there maybe grandkids 10. Abasiphakela bazosiphakela isitsheni esi1 sigawule sonke.
Sure.
But today at this day and age, personal hygiene, this and this and this and this.
Yeah.
And this is what actually kept our forefathers to actually value each other in such a way ukuthi lo muntu ngidle naye esitsheni esi1.
Yeah.
That's not just a saying. That is actually going deep. Ukuthi lo muntu lo ngiyamazi.
Creates
Ngidle naye
any bond.
yeah, understand. But thina sekunzima nokuthi mfethu sishare apartment. Uyabhayiziseka in a three bedroom house kambe. The 2 rooms are vacant.
Yeah.
Kunzima ukuthi ngithi yazini bro wami for time being awukhosele ngayi uzobe sharp. You understand?
Yeah.
Now if we cannot go back to our roots wethu ukuthi sincedane mfethu, I'm not sure ukuthi what are we going to become, because it's very important ukuthi sincedane, because I'm not saying I've made it, but la ngikhona I'm able to get access to certain things. But now if I'm able to access something that's going to make someone ukuthi abe grand, let me do that mfethu abe grand.
Sure.
Naye makaba grand, he needs to also do that for someone else. In that way, we will have a society that's successful.
Sure.
You understand?
Mm.
So,
So now asingene kule show ubusy ngayo manje social club, what was happening?
today business boot camp lana. So basically, I'm not sure Uguti, how familiar are you with modeling? For modeling, you also need to be fit,
Yeah.
like fitness in terms of the walking and whatnot. So we're preparing for a show as I am October. So the boot camp was mainly to actually exercise and just to keep the fitness levels of the models and to actually get the public, the people who are going to attend the show, to come and meet the models prior the show. Because what normally happens is that they see them on stage and then after logo they are backstage and then it's after party, they don't get to actually socialize with them. So basically today was mainly meant for that to it's a boot camp combined with the meet and greet in terms of meet models. So it's a build up for a fashion show day as on 7 October.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
7 October, the Graceland.
Yeah, it's a Graceland. We're starting red carpet at 6. Probably depending with the number of people, around after 6 we should be starting the show.
Okay, bese amathikithi umuntu le ngaphandle laba base standard tone MLO bawuthola amathikithi or babhadala umnyango?
They can pay at the door, but I would actually ask them to actually DM the page Lelete Queens to reserve a ticket because mina for one, angiwathanda ama-queues, you understand? So you'll find ukuthi umuntu, we had an incident like that where a person on a ticket andlula abantu equeuing bese makafika le phambili simdlulise because une-ticket bese le person osemuva akabonanga ukuthi lo muntu une-ticket bese kuthiwa sinani sine-favoritism, you understand? So I would say rather secure your seat earlier, make sure ukuthi uthole i-ticket lakho. We actually deliver, or nakhona mangabe ubhadalile ungakatholi i-ticket, you just say your name and surname emnyango. We have a list of people and then they tick you off and then they give you a ticket. You understand? So they can either follow the Queen's page, or I can actually give the number to WhatsApp as well, just to secure the tickets in order to actually now make sure which your seat is reserved, and you know which on the day when you arrive there, you take it home as much as you want without rushing, which okay, but now I still need to go and pay and all of that. So the number that they need to WhatsApp, it's actually 082 56 11 885. 082 56 11 885.
Okay. Clear. So Sindrin manje, after this you're going to the show?
No. There's 2 more rehearsals that are coming next weekend. We're here again. It's the rehearsals, so we're gonna solo be doing the rehearsals, the catwalk and all of that. Today we didn't do that. And then 8th September, it's the fittings, the garments, so that the designers, they get a week to actually go and fix if there's anything that needs fixing. So we've got 2 stops before the actual finale.
Oh, okay. Besides that, everything else is set, your designers and everything. How many designers do you have?
I've got 10.
10 designers.
Yeah, 10 designers. And then there's how many from local? 6. And then 4 it's not local. There's 2 from Pretoria.
Okay.
And then there's 2 from Devon as well. And then the other 6 it's local designers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, when you tell me how you have become?
But we've got something planned this year. The ladies, they're gonna see guys on the runway. I just wanna leave it there.
Okay,
We've got something planned this year, just to spice up the show, man.
Sure.
The reason we're doing that, you perform on the show before you. The audience is mainly females. You understand?
Yeah.
So I think they would like to see the guys on that runway.
Yeah.
So yeah. And again, I would like to also congratulate you on your channel.
Sure.
It's actually a good thing because you're versatile. That's another thing that I admire about you. You are a singer, like stuff when it comes to music, you tops. But you actually realize, okay, me singing, okay, sharp. I need a platform.
Yeah.
Now you established this whole thing. And I'm sure it has opened a lot of doors for abantu baseKaslak. I'd
Sure.
like to congratulate you.
Yeah, sure. Thanks. Yeah, that's the whole idea. Okay, now how do we push others? Because kunomsinosese interview man nini nje. Uthi enoda mina ngeke ngisayidown manje. Like ifoni yami busy kakhulu mangihamba la endleleni abantu nangi business yakhe liphumile. One interview then usiseka right.
It's the success we were talking about.
Sure.
You see, touching lives, it's one of the most important things because the question that they can ask you in heaven, what did you do, Mhlabeni?
Yeah.
You know, when you touch people's lives in a positive way, it's very important, Bafo. And what you're doing here, please keep it up. There's a lot of people who are actually counting on you in terms of making their dreams come true. You are in this industry. You know, Uti, how much the doors are closed. You need to knock 10 times. And the level of the willingness, I find, this thing is not working.
Sure.
And I believe when, since you started music, since I started knowing you, it's hit after hit.
Sure.
And not everyone is designed like you. You understand? You can release a hit, inga receive as much audience as it should.
Sure.
But that doesn't keep you down. What do? You come up with something else that's better. So this platform, I believe, Mina, honestly, in the province, not only around that, in the province, it's actually going to help a lot of people because you actually thought outside of the box. Like you just thought outside of the box, and it's actually a good thing.
Yeah. No, thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah. Cheers. Cheers. No, it's anything I can say for the show because you're able to for the next show. Anything
No, for the show, I think we've covered everything.
Yeah.
But the very same thing, if there's any designers out there, we've got a winter show, let me say between April and May, depending on the availability of venue. We can start preparing for a winter show. If you are out there and you're a designer, you want to showcase in the next year's show, don't say next year you would. Start interacting with us now.
Yeah.
Let us shortlist you because what I found this summer show, we've got 4 designers that I had to tell them, no, we already reached the number, which is 10. Yeah. Because the moment you add more than 10 designers, the show becomes now too long and we start losing the concept. You understand that? Because now the people start getting drunk and they're no longer seeing the clothes and whatever.
Yeah.
So now, if there's anyone, maybe a designer, poet, artist, photographer, makeup artist, anything, model, anything that will make the show happen, or you want to be part of it, the Queens, in any of these items that I've mentioned, you can just go to the Dick Queens page on Facebook. I try to respond as much as I can, but I can promise you one thing. It will not be more than 24 hours until I get to you. You can DM me now. Yes, it will take 6 hours and whatever the case may be, but 24 hours definitely it will not happen. I'll come back to you and give you the relevant information, and let's just plug one another too, so that we actually show people what is Mpumalanga all about. We've got so much talent, but
so much potential.
We don't have a platform to actually display such things. So I believe ukuthi abantu maba-interact nathi, we might be missing something for the show as well. Anything, if you feel ukuthi you've got something ongasitshela yona ukuthi we need to improve here, we welcome that.
Sure.
I welcome a constructive criticism any given day, because that's how I improve. But the moment abantu bathulile, I start worrying ukuthi kwenzakala. Yeah, and I would also like to thank you for the opportunity, Meauti. It's highly appreciated. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to spend your day with me, and that is highly appreciated.
You're welcome. And yes, now in Spanish, when you're in Spanish, they don't do push. So, but now okay. That's now I'm side. Impress, and I'm happy that you recognize the uncle. And as an artist, we are a supporter. Now, as a podcaster, still you here, and you're still giving me some ideas, some plugs. So I'm grateful.
We actually can do more. if we join hands. You understand? Two brains are better than one. You understand? So I believe with what you have achieved here, I believe about the man. I'm expecting something on fire from you and the guys, because abangakwazi mfethu, please ngicela follow le out in his socials and get to see what type of a music he does and whatever the case may be. And I believe ukuthi mina out we don't give you the recognition you deserve. Honestly, I just believe that. And I think that is the cause of that is that, usually mangabe sikhule sonke, even if normal you've got that special element, for the fact ukuthi ngwazi umshishe eklasini like boma primary kanjalo, we take that image and then noma sesima adult we wanna understand. But I must say mina music wise, no, Bafetu, you guys are actually doing it, and I pray to God to continue. I totally break through that others have got, and please, Bafetu, masani out there, man. Mangithi autograph, man. Ninga, yeah.
Masani out there. Yabo le ndizenza manje with this platform. Ukuthi nalo beangayazi. Marulandela ishow, ngayazi ishow yakhe The Queen. Uzoyazi. So masani out there, yolo kunjalo. I come to the show. Senginegama ngithi. Mangiza lapha yana phela manje senginomunye wase Cape Town ongazi senginomunye wokugubha yabo mangithi ngiza la ngiletha bonke abantu bami even mhlamba bezi physically but the idea sebayazi ukuthi kwenzakalani uyabona what designers zakho they get recognition from that. So the most bambisana the most cool esikula sonke into emnandi ngokubambisana leyo ukuthi mangithi sikula sonke because ngomo siwenze nje. Ngiyabona into besikhuluma ngayo ile ngalo mjita lo besikhuluma ngayo. Manje mayichatha lo mjita lento lapha. Uyosala kanjani because you are there already.
Yeah, true.
Where khona kuma documents or but ulapho ay creating so yenza. Yabo. So asiphusheni.
Yeah, no. And I would like to acknowledge your humbleness, mfethu. Since day one I met you. Ngathini. At times unokungishoka the level of consistency onayo in terms of your personality.
Oh yeah.
Whenever ngikhuluma nawe ngicela something, I'm not saying you don't have bad days, but your tone is always the same. No, yazini singayichuna kanje sichune kanje. Abanye abantu the moment they perform in certain stages and whatnot, maso ngicala DM. Funani, and that's not what we need to do, because la usuka khona is very important. And thina koseke mabaringa ngawo abantu uma sikubona TV with the humbleness nayo yabona noma kufika someone athi yazi le awuthi lena ngifike ngabhayisana naye ekhapelo kanjani umtshele ngithi ayazi it might have been the worst of days but lo muntu ngiyamazi mina is not that. Sure. But the moment usikhombisa arrogance mabathi sesiyaqala ngiyacabanga ukuthi ubani, which is that's not what we're supposed to do. But I appreciate their platform, and I'd like to ask people to come in numbers. Let's have fun on 7 October and let's make history. And that's it.
Ibambile ngithi 7 October Graceland tickets malini 120 come on Bafethu sihlangane lapho sibonela bosesa ba right.
Sure. Ole.